You're watching my 2021 gift guide for reptile keepers. Hi Peas, it's Taylor, and I wanted to film a gift guide for reptile keepers. Whether you are giving a Christmas list to someone else to go buy, or maybe you're not the reptile keeper but you're looking for things for reptile keepers. So I wanted to create a gift guide for 2021 to give people ideas of things they could give other reptile keepers. Now, this is my first gift guide that I've ever made, so some of the things on this list may be obvious, but I do have a couple unique ones as well, and I have a wide price range, so hopefully something on this list will work for you. But I have 10 items for reptile keepers or fans of reptiles. So number one, starting off cheap and simple, we have calcium. So calcium is something all reptile keepers generally need and use, and there's different kinds of calcium, different brands. This is the one I have. This one includes D3. You could also get someone without D3 too. But giving a reptile keeper calcium, honestly, it's a cheap gift, but it's something they're going to use and be thankful for. So you can get this specific one. If you're not familiar with reptiles, just take a picture of this and go to the store and find it. They also have one, like I said, without D3. That would work too generally, or you can get different brands. Hey guys, really quickly, so the second item I was about to talk about, I actually was blurry the whole time and totally messed up the recording there. So really quickly, the second item that I wanted to suggest is tongs, long tongs for your reptile, and I'll show a clip of me talking about it. But these are the tongs, and this is what they look like, and they're great because you can not only use them to feed reptiles, but there's so many purposes. I use them to like pick out insects, get things out of corners. When you do terrarium planting, they're useful. So they're useful for a lot of things. And if you get your reptile keeper them, they will definitely use them. So by the way, links for everything down below in the description. Links for all of it you can find down below. So that's the second one, is tongs. The next item on the list is going to be also fairly simple, and then I'll get into some of the unique stuff. This one is a pressure mister, and this is something everyone should have, whether they have a desert or a tropical species. Mine's a big one. It looks like this, and I would recommend getting the person a big one. This one's a 2-gallon. You could do a 1-gallon if you feel like they don't have the space for this. But these are amazing with misting, especially if the reptile keeper you're gifting has been using like a hand sprayer or something smaller. The 2-gallon is amazing because you fill it up once and it lasts you for a lot longer than the smaller misters. And since it's a pressure mister, you just pump this, and then when you press this comes off, by the way. But when you press this nozzle, it sprays. And when you're spraying into the cage too, the long nozzle I love because you can get deep back into the cage without having to like put your hand all deep in there and freak your reptiles out. This is amazing. You can get into some corners, you can water plants in tough places. You can adjust the nozzle too for like wide range misting or smaller stream misting. If they don't have a big one like this or a pressure mister at all, get them one. This is actually just a pesticide sprayer, a weed killer sprayer. I just got this from Lowe's, and I think these are like $10 to $20, but for what you get, I think it's well worth the price. Okay, this next one I can't show you on camera because it's tucked away out of the shot, but it is a air purifier. So my fourth suggestion is an air purifier. If your reptile person does not have an air purifier yet, it's great to have, not only for your own health. Honestly, I just like having it, but reptiles have sensitive lungs and their immune systems. And if you have an air purifier, no matter the reptile, it helps keep your room clean in itself. For you know, for all the fecal debris and stuff that can happen, and insects and all that. It keeps the room clean, not only for you, but for the reptile, and it can help lengthen their life, right? It helps prevent respiratory infections and respiratory diseases, and it just keeps the quality of the room clean. There's different size air purifiers, so if you're just looking for something small and cheap for like a small room or a corner, they do make small ones, and then they make really, really big ones for like whole house if you wanted. So buy the one that fits your keeper and your budget, and I will link a average sized one below because I just have a small-ish one that I use just in this room, and so I'll link that below. And my personal favorite brand is Levoit. I am not sponsored by them at all. I just did my research and I really like Levoit brand air purifier. Okay, gift number 5. So as a reptile keeper, if you do naturalistic cages, you're going to run into gnats. Gnats will be there eventually. Gnats pop up when you add soil or new plants. Gnats just come into reptile enclosures in a lot of ways. So if you're sick of gnats and you want a way to get rid of them, there's this little nifty machine that's super useful. So gift number 5 is this thing. This is called the Catchy, and I have featured this before. Again, I'm not sponsored by any of this today, but this is the Catchy, and it plugs in, and basically what it does is up here it's a fan and a UV light. So the blue light attracts the insects, and the pull of the fan sucks them in. Once they're sucked in, they can't leave. This is vented down here just for vacuum purposes, but they can't leave from this, and then there's a sticky trap at the bottom. So this is completely child safe, pet safe, because it's just a fan there, and it's blocked too. So you can't put your fingers in anywhere. Like a child could not hurt themselves with this. A pet could not hurt themselves with this. It's literally a safe fan that sucks in the insects and then sticks them to the trap there, which is nice because sticky traps can be harmful to other animals, but with insects, perfect. It sticks them there. So if you're tired of gnats, or you just want some gnat control, get this. Again, it's linked below. You can also find it in my Amazon recommendations list, and that's called the Catchy. This next one is a little bit expensive. Actually, it's kind of really expensive, but honestly, that's what makes it a good gift in my opinion. If you have someone who's willing to gift you this and it's within their budget, or you that is shopping for someone else, if you're willing to pay the price, it makes an amazing gift, because many reptile keepers are actually hesitant to buy this item because of the cost. And it is a solar meter. So a solar meter is this just little machine, just looks like this, but they can be between like $200 and $300. $180 I think is the cheapest I've seen it. So they can get pretty expensive, but these tell you how much UV your UV bulbs are giving off, or even your other regular bulbs or your mercury bulbs. It tells you the UV output. And this is critical because sometimes you don't realize your bulbs have quit working, but like by the expiration date, they should be, but actually they're not when you check it. Or you get a bulb and you think it's right for your enclosure and you test it and you're like, whoa, that's way too strong. This is a lifesaver, and this will put your husbandry to the next level. Gift number 7 makes a great stocking stuffer and can be as inexpensive or cheap as you want it to be, and that is Reptile Enrichment, which ironically both mine are blue. Reptile Enrichment's great because basically you want to find fun toys, puzzle toys. Generally stuff that works for small dogs will also work for reptiles, unless the person you're looking to shop for has like a giant iguana or something, or a monitor. These are great though, especially for lizard species, but turtles as well, because like this, I think this floats, so you could definitely like put food in this and let it float and stuff would come out the hole. But these things are great for enrichment. So these are both actually dog toys, but what I use them for personally, if you're like, what am I buying for this person? What you can do is you fill these things with feeders, with fun foods, with novel smells, just stuff, and your reptiles will be forced to investigate it and to get the food from it. So I like this one because it's tunnel-like, so they have to go into the tunnel to get their food out. This one is fun as well for like worms, because they'll sit in the bottom, but there's a little thing in the center there, so they will have to like go in between the blocks to like pull things out. So there's all kinds of enrichment toys. Look up stuff for dogs and for cats, and then buy it for your reptile person. And if you think like they're gonna look at this and go, what is this for? Leave a little note with it. Say, hey, use this for enrichment. And I do have an enrichment video if you're interested. I made one for blue tongue skink specifically, but it does have a lot of different enrichment ideas. So if you feel like they'd be confused, gift them this kind of stuff and then link my video to them, or say, hey, check out Pets in a Pod. Not that I'm trying to advertise myself, but it could give them some good ideas for enrichment with the use of your gift. Number 8 is one I'm actually wearing, so reptile merch. So this is great for people who, whether they have reptiles or not, and they just like reptiles, right? So you can get your person reptile themed clothing. They have patterned stuff. You can just go in the store, look for something with a reptile on it or reptile patterning. But I do, in my shop, sell shirts with reptiles on them. This is my blue tongue skink sweatshirt. So this is what it looks like. I also have a black version with a white skink on it. I have one with a leopard gecko. I have one with the keel bellies on it, and I'm going to soon, hopefully before this video comes out, release one with my Ackie monitor on it. So if your person is into reptiles, you can definitely check out my store linked below, and you can look for merch for them. Order soon so it comes in on time. As we all know, shipping is slow during this COVID time. Yeah, reptile merch. And it doesn't have to come from me, but you know, if you want to support. Okay, we're down to the last 2 gifts. So number 9 and number 10 are also both great for people whether they have reptiles or not. This is just for the general reptile lover. And I actually don't have these things, but I really like them and I put them on my list this year, so I asked for these things. Number 9 is a subscription to the Reptile magazine. So there's all kinds of reptile-based magazines, but you can get your person a subscription and then they could, you know, enjoy reptiles all year long. It's great for any age because older ages could read the articles, really dive into the care, read the debates that happen there, and then younger ages just would enjoy looking at the pictures and reading about the different animals. So a magazine is great because, like I said, it provides that fun all year long, and people don't really do magazines anymore. I feel like people forget about magazine subscriptions because we're in this like digital age. But the novelty of having something physically to look at and like something coming to you every month or every other month, like that reward that you get something in the mail, can be so fun. And it's weird to say, but magazines have become like something out of the box, really. Not many people talk about them anymore, but get the person a subscription to Reptiles magazine. And then finally, number 10, the last gift, I also don't have, so I can't show it to you, but I want it, is a reptile coloring book. So in the age where we're trying to kind of find ways to calm ourselves down or to relax, coloring books have become very popular in recent years, and now there's all kinds of coloring books, including reptile themed ones. So you can get your person a reptile themed coloring book and maybe a pack of colored pencils or crayons. And like I said, this is great for all ages because the little kids just like to color, right? But coloring can be for adults now too, and that was the whole point of this. The whole trend was based around adult coloring books. So you can get a nice, really detailed, complicated coloring book for an adult to do in their spare time to wind down. Maybe in the evenings they can color their favorite reptiles. So I would do it, I would like it. And that's my 10th and final gift suggestion. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know, leave a comment below. I'm thinking about making 2 more gift guides, one for small pets and one for dogs. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I will see you next week. Bye, happy holidays.